So we'll go back into the Riverside office if he keeps on the 60. But who knows? I mean, I don't.
Trouble with multiple charges that can be brought against them.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not under the influence and this just isn't being swerving, that's a ticket, maybe. Now you're talking felony evading, which, immediately kind of increases everything. I want to point out really quickly to you guys, because we're in the right county for it. Somebody has texted us, and we get this all the time when we get text to the desks, but text to the desk during chases as we exit the freeway again here. Why don't they use the grappler? CHP doesn't have the grappler. That's the thing where it shoots out of the front of the car and grabs the tires and spins it up. Now, CHP doesn't have it, but the Riverside County Sheriff does.
What is this?
We're exiting here. Let me see where we're at. We're exiting here on Mission Boulevard, it looks like. And that's the first time we've seen this car on Surface Street. So now that we're on Surface Street, CHP may take the ability or the chance here and try to do a pit maneuver to finally bring this to an end. But the first time since we've been on the chase that this guy's gotten off on Surface Streets.
Okay, did you finish your response to the text? I just mentioned that because traffic seemed to stop for a minute, and that's why he was making that transition to Surface Street. So I didn't want you to not finish your answer to the viewer who texted you.
Right, so back on the freeway. So that was just an on and off again. Right here would be a good. No, they're not going to do it. I was going to say that'd be a good spot to fit them. But off and back on the freeway. The answer is that CHP does not have the grappler, but Riverside County Sheriff's Department does. Now, we've talked about this before. CHP doesn't like to share with anyone. So I don't think it's very likely that the Riverside County Sheriff's Office is going to come in with a grappler and end this thing, just because they don't like to share tactical control of the situation. If this were RSO deputies that were chasing it, we definitely might see that. Those grapplers have been getting a lot of attention, though, especially during these chases.
It seemed like when he pulled off that, with the freeway just shortly there, it looked like there was a person on the off-ramp standing there, a pedestrian, in the dark.
That's interesting. Yeah, I wonder if they were just happenstance or if they were talking to him at all. We're back westbound on the 60. I'll play that video back really quickly, but we're back westbound on the 60. So maybe now we're going back over our trail and doing everything all over again, but it's always so hard to tell with these guys.
If you could point out, earlier you said, before we got to this pursuit, that this person was driving at speeds of 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Well, he seems to be going the normal, he doesn't seem to be really going over the speed limit over 70.
Was it a pull or a push?
Yeah, no, I mean, he's going freeway speeds at this point.
Good morning.
We've been on, and who knows how much gas he had to begin with, but we've been driving for a while, and when he hits those 100-mile-an-hour speeds, who knows what that does to the gas tank. So CHP may just be content to wait this guy out and see, how he runs out of fuel, if he runs out of gas, or just what he's going to do. But, to your point, we're freeway speeds, we're not necessarily swerving and ramming in wrong side of the road and all that. So they may not want to take the risk by escalating it here to just try to see what happens if they can just kind of wait him out. But we're back westbound on the 60. You're going to be approaching the 15 again.
Thank you so
much. And we'll see if
much.
he wants to go back south on the 15, stay on the 60, and come more towards western San Bernardino County, which I think he's missing that off-ramp right now. So I think we're going to be committed to the westbound 60. Yeah, that was his option. So we'll be committed to the westbound 60, and we'll be some new territory as we kind of march towards Chino, Ontario, that area of the Inland Empire.
It looks like there's something in the bed of the truck. Did you see that? When he goes over some areas that are more well lit, you can see some things in the back of the truck, almost like it's a work truck or it's hauling something. Makes me curious if that gives them any clues or indications
of what we're doing. Yeah,
there seems to be something back there.
It's interesting too, because I don't know why CHP doesn't have the night sun on. Their helicopters overhead. Now, there are times where it just malfunctions, or they rather look at it on FLIR or what have you. But, no night sun on for the entirety of this, at least not since the CHP airship took over this. So I think that's a new unit behind them now, too, that's chasing them.
That's CHP?
Yeah, so we're switching, because we should be in Rancho Cucamonga's area now. Even since we've been over the chase, they've swapped out more times than we have.
Absolutely.
more cars not pulling over again.
Yeah, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, more people just kind of going.
I am 3,333rd view. I don't know. It's a new one I sent over. Oh yeah, I know that's that. You already saw him on a few interviews. Yeah? Oh yeah, didn't he do some time in prison? Oh yeah, I know. Steve Bannon. Yeah, okay. I'll listen in for a second. Always like and subscribe.
And it looked like he might have been, I don't know, second thinking this and maybe trying to look for an offshoot, like when he got off the freeway there, because then he got back on kind of in the same direction, right? It was like he turned around.
Yeah, no, yeah, he got back on. What's interesting?
Play that funky music like
If this guy somehow ends up back on the 91, LA County is in pursuit of the
and play that funky music.
that are kind of coming towards each other. So we'll see if we have that
We're going to do that in the B block. Also, we're going to update you on Todd Blanchett gave a press conference over at DOJ. First one he's done is acting AG. Frank Gaffney and others are down at the Texas Education Board, where they're lighting up some Muslim Brotherhood folks about trying to change the textbooks down there to preach how much the Muslims and Islam have done for the United States of America and the great state of Texas. So we'll get all into that. But of course, the deadline at 8 o'clock. Let's go to the White House. I've got Damon Roberts from Studio 6B. It'll happen on his watch tonight. We're going to get Damon in here a second. Let's go to the White House. Our own Neil McCabe. Neil, give me some updates on at least men and material. What's ready? What's on station? Who's pouring into the area? And I know we got more warships, more capital ships ready to roll for anything the commander-in-chief wants to do tonight, sir.
Yeah, well, he has a full array of tools at his disposal. USS Ford is back doing flight operations. They are back in the fight after their port call in Croatia. The Devil Brigade of the 82nd Airborne is flowing into Kuwait. You also have the 42nd Infantry, that's the New York National Guard. They are the command element for Spartan Shield, which is Central Command's sort of rotational infantry unit. In about a week or so, you're going to have Texas National Guard flowing in. USS Boxer, you thought it might have been an op ramp. I thought it was an op ramp. You thought they were retooling. They actually were retooling in Hawaii because of the unique capabilities at Honolulu for amphibious landing type ships. They're all tuned up. Boxer and its group, they arrive in about a week. And so they have everything they need to end the civilization tonight, Steve.
So just to bring you news, make sure everybody's up to speed. The Pakistanis put out a while ago. Pakistan is seeking a 2-week pause to the Iran war after President Trump warns that Iran's whole civilization will die if there's no deal by 8 p.m. tonight.
Look at all this. Going after the DUI driver.
One office is chasing it, and the other office that it's coming into says, no thanks, don't want it. So then they have to sit and see if the office beyond that will take it. And then you're getting, okay, sounds like the car's wanted at Huntington Beach. So now they're trying to figure out if they can run that address and maybe see if Allied or somebody in Orange County can go check on that address and see if anybody knows this guy or this person or what their deal is. But back to your question, yeah, I mean, once they switch jurisdictions or offices within the CHP, the sergeant in charge of that office at the time is the one that's going to make the tactical decisions.
I was going to say some of those relieved officers might be heading to the other case.
Yeah, they're going to go get in position for the one. Let me see where that one is at. That one got off on Circle Street in Lakewood. So the sheriff's department's doing that one.
He's wiping Iran off the map tonight using nuclear weapons or just indiscriminately sending in missiles even if civilians are, I mean, I think at that point you need to check yourself into a rubber room. I think in 2016, Selena Zito famously said, take Trump seriously, but not literally. I mean, I think it's going to be some version of that tonight. I think it's possible that we see strikes. But there's many things I focused on in his tweet, Steve, that he put out, and I'm interested in what you think. When he said maybe something revolutionary and wonderful can happen tonight, I mean, I wonder if we're supposed to read into that. Is Trump, what does he know that we don't know? Are there rational elements inside the regime, insiders who...
So when you think about these situations with children that have been abused in unspeakable ways, if you understand hushed situations, right, if you understand what's happening here, like just pretend that what we're saying is true, if you haven't already. Right, many already know. They know more than we do. And really, what more is there to know? Yeah, when you listen to what a lot of the state workers and activists and people have been saying, when you take into consideration in different states, college institutions where they've been having a hard time, look at over the years, teachers being dragged out of college institutions, getting crowds of students going. It's been insane to a lot of us trying to grasp what a lot of these adults are doing. Yeah, 2012 and 13, it was beyond. Yeah, we ourselves were ready to check out. It was so scary. Private investigator in 2009 who shot himself. When you understand these situations, he was talking about the concerns with the same things. Trafficking lines, marketers, a lot of people jumping on board the hazing and tating investigations, getting the Karen, the non-vaxxer, the bully, the Nazis. It's insane, right? And then they all stand their ground because, no, they really are racist, listen. And everyone's been just going around getting snapshots of people either being racist or acting like a Nazi. Look, they have a tattoo. It's insane. And when you see how stupid it is, I think they've shown you how stupid that is in recent months here with the Graham Plattner skull and bones tattoo that is very common in military circles, and then how they can use that and scoff it off or make a big deal out of it. Just like back in 2007 and 8 at the Maine Parent Federation. We were trying to bring up the concerns with the vaccines and overprescribing of SSRIs. They wanted to laugh at us and cry about how Prozac helped them and a dog got left out in the cold. In the 90s. Yeah, and considering what we've been through, when you think about the programs we've been on and you go back to 9/11, fundraising companies, firefighters, police, Special Olympics, snuff markets, Coast Petals, Islanders. Right, when you start to encompass it and you understand what we're talking about in these activist groups, I mean, we've pinpointed some pretty heavy places, and when you look at the activity and stuff, and the people, and what those people have been doing, yeah, a lot of crime, fraud, just ignoring, pretending like it's not happening, and promoting prescription drugs, alcohol, fighting, psychedelics. It's pretty scary. We've been trying to talk to those people. They just want to accept that we're crazy and ignore it as though it's not true. Most people do. Do you understand, like chop shops? Please, just let us keep making these sunglasses. It's feeding my family. No, I don't care. I don't care. Okay, some guy in the back's doing something, then get him. Well, it crumbles the whole house of cards. I know, and if you understand those situations, you can understand how they get groups of people protesting to stand up for their jobs or whatever it is. Human rights. Well, I guess they don't get it. Have you ever looked into like Doctors Without Borders and stuff like that? International affairs, do you understand how those things work? Right. I mean, look at over the years, too, people out of the different airborne divisions. Remember the 82nd Airborne Division they highlighted? One of them, out of the 82nd Airborne Division, he blew himself up in front of Trump Tower. Yeah, Mr. LaJoy, the Christopher LaJoy in 2009, private investigator who shot himself. He was in our 82nd Airborne Division. It's interesting, too, because, yeah, he had been a private investigator for years, involved in some pretty heavy cases. And then in 2009, after that happened, it was September 28th. Yeah, people were writing his girlfriend letters and stuff saying, I know, it was something weird. They said they were getting calls or messages that he had been dishonorably discharged for smoking Turkish hash. Just really stupid stuff going around. Yeah, and the doorbell was ringing. It must be him back from the dead. And these people get all serious about the dumbest, childish stuff. And it's so fucking sickening to us, and it has been since we were kids. Want to burn another Ouija board? So fucking stupid. Yeah, so if you understand those kind of situations, kind of like we're saying, somebody better fucking do something, or radicals are probably gonna do what they always do. Fly into buildings. Isn't that already been happening? I think we've been watching it happen. Setting factories on fire. What was that one, Ontario? Hey, isn't that where this high-speed chase was? Where was it? East. Los Angeles. Yeah, I mean, think of the catalytic converter stuff we've been talking about. I know, when all these major things are directly connected to these cases we're talking about, including right here. I know, and then listen, the MK Ultra stuff. I know, see how that's spiking again, different people talking about it. I was like, they start to debate with people like us as though it's real, look, and then they try to like prove. Yeah, someone did shoot Kennedy. Somebody did. What? I know. They're idiots, dude. It's like, what are you fucking talking? So you trying to tell me that the government hasn't done psychedelic experiments and studied serial killers and used retards to commit their crimes? No, that happens all the time, actually. When did I say that didn't exist? I know, they're so fucking stupid. It's like, okay, MK Ultra, okay. Fucked up bullshit is what we call it. MK Ultra. Depending on where you're from, they call it something different, like a fucking disease. Cuckoo. They're crazy, man. Insane. Dude, they're out of their fucking minds. Lights on, but nobody's home. Elevator doesn't go all the way to the top, you know? I don't know. I sure hope so, man, because we're really getting fucking sick of the bullshit. My name's Mary. We're at the Governor Hill Mansion in Augusta, Maine. I have 4 children here, and my youngest 2 are in the hands of sick murderers, pedophiles, 2012, 13. Yeah, they tried to kill me. They tried to set up some of our police officers. When you look at the whole situation, the gun that they pawned in Manchester, the whole thing, I mean, if you can't put that together, I'm not sure. You just don't want to see, because you either really hate us or you're so caught up in getting the Nazis, Karens, non-vaxxers, bullies, cartel families. I'm sorry, it's so fucking stupid to us. It is very serious. You're fucking right, it's serious. And we're sick of people ignoring the facts and playing their little fucking individual G.I. Joe worlds. Right, so yeah, 2012, 2013, if you just look at what was happening and what we knew and what had already happened. Infectious disease specialists, bioweapons, Lyme disease, runaways, suicides, people getting hit by Mack trucks, good doctors, you know. Druggies driving themselves into Mack trucks, yeah. Pretty cool, huh? Private investigators killing themselves. I know, them kicking up the slave driver rhetoric, the gay stuff, the transgender stuff, the Jewish stuff. You can see it. Yeah, and then they got my siblings all caught up with the tating and the hazing, and they're fucking all drugged up. Fucking drug-seeking, nasty fucking cunts. All involved with the frickin' heroin, meth. Yeah, trafficking, the counterfeit money stuff. Telling you right now, they're fucking stupid. Yeah, where are they now? Now one's in Florida. One moved down south further. See, my siblings that are left around here are my half ones. Haven't talked to them in years, but they sure do talk to the people right around me who I live with a lot. And it's fucking sick. The walls and the lack of basic communication and how people are playing this third-party bullshit. It's sad and scary to us, and it has been, and there's a lot of good people that have been with us all along the way, long before many of you were even aware and still playing your fucking stupid high school games in 2008. Long before that. Yeah, if you're not aware of these programs and how they work, we were put on them when we were 18 in the year 2000. Yeah, after a childhood of fun extravaganzas, if you want to take a look at that. Extravaganzas. You can call them extravaganzas, but we call them extravaganzas. And if you don't know why, if you live long enough, you will. What? It's true. Yeah, so when you start to understand all that, child and animal pornography, the feeders, how the ones who seem to prop themselves up to wanting to expose and help with that stuff are the ones actually profiting from and protecting some of the worst sickos. They never want to look at it. Right, Mr. Jones? Rogan? I'm trying to tell him. Ribbit, ribbit. Oh, I know. Trust me. Trust me. You know. You know. I mean, you've talked to people all over the world. The president. You're friends with Kid Rock? So fucking what? And all my heroes at the methadone clinic. Are we bragging, or I'm not sure. What does that mean? That means the facts aren't the facts just because you know people? Oh, that's funny.
Case, and they're chasing him. I thought, and not to be judgmental of Los Angeles County, but I thought for a second that they may not get involved when it came to LA County, but they did. They picked it up, and now we're back into Orange County.
Not to be judgmental.
Mike, I know we're talking about different ways that this car can be stopped by the CHP. We're talking about pit maneuvers and spike strips.
Yeah.
Pit maneuvers with a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Higher center of gravity.
Yeah, I mean, and that's going to make them want the speed to probably be even lower. Again, generally speaking, this is about 30 to 35 miles an hour is what people are looking for these pit maneuvers to be done successfully and safely. So when you have a vehicle that's got a higher center of gravity or there's some other issue with it, they probably would want that to be even a little bit lower just to make them feel comfortable. And